Hello everybody, welcome back to more content from Tracker 1985. A couple of years ago I made a very slipshod video called Move Over WASD, and it wasn't very informative because I'm a scrub YouTuber, but basically it's to do with using a PlayStation navigation controller as your movement rather than like using a keyboard, which is fine. But not a lot of people can get behind a keyboard because it's really awkward for them, including people like me. And I didn't really go into the exact ins and outs of how it's done. And since it's 2019 now, and it's like 2 years later, and it's all kind of refined out, I thought I'd just do a quick extra video, and I will more cohesively explain how it actually works and goes together. So there'll be a little bit of a cut, and we'll go to my desktop, and I will show you the rough setup strat of using this setup. So jump cut. Okay, so the first thing you'll want to do is you'll want to get SCP Toolkit. Now I've already got this, obviously. I keep it in my big folder of things that I've installed. SCP Toolkit. Now I'm going to go through some stages of things that do and don't work with this kind of thing as well. I have been led to believe later versions of SCP Toolkit don't have the drivers necessary to do this. Okay, so at very least, you've got it highlighted here, you'll need version 1.6, and I can guarantee that version works because it's the one that I've got. And when you install it, it'll do it mostly automatically, and it'll like bring up stuff like this. This is like this because I've already installed it, but if it fails to work for some reason, you can click repair or modify it and stuff like that, but it should go into it and it should install it all normally. We'll just exit out of that because we don't need it, and then it will bring up all the relative stuff in your start menu, blah blah blah. And what you'll want to do, a lot of people miss this, you need to go to the SCP Toolkit, I can't even talk, the SCP Toolkit driver installer, like that. And you'll need to go to DualShock 3 controllers to install, and you scroll down a little bit and you highlight navigation controller, and then you go click install, and then it should install. And then in theory, in actual theory, that should be all you need to do. It should work, and you can go into various checking settings. Like, you can go into devices and printers there, and it should appear here, PlayStation navigation controller. This is assuming you have plugged it in and you've already got it synced up either via Bluetooth or via cable. I'm using a cable because I don't have Bluetooth. If you are having problems with Bluetooth, I cannot help you because I have not used Bluetooth, so I do not have any problems with Bluetooth. But anyway, you want to check that it's working, so you can go into controller settings like that. It usually says it's an Xbox 360 controller. And you can click properties, and now you can see, like, this is me using the navigation controller, and it's all fancy and dancy. And that should literally be it. Like there should be no more problems. There are, however, a couple of issues which you might encounter, which I can bring up. Sometimes there's a sync issue, which will just mean you'll have to unplug the controller and then replug it in again. And other issues actually come thanks to Steam. Now, we all love Steam. It's a great provider of things, but what it does also include is something called Big Picture Mode, which is garbage. And it ruins this setup. I don't need that advertisement. Because it has a function where it uses a controller as desktop controls. And this can really muck up your controls because it overlays onto your screen two different things. So it'll overlay desktop controls and mouse controls onto your Overwatch screen, thus messing this up. So you'll need to go into desktop configuration, and as you can see here, I have gone into everything and I have said, like, do nothing, go away, do nothing, switch controller. And it's, like I say, it's usually a 360 controller, and here I have disabled absolutely everything. You want style of input? None. You want none on absolutely everything. If you are unsure about doing this, there are two other options available to you with Steam. One is closing Steam entirely, then it goes away. Or two, if you have multiple monitors, put Steam in a different monitor, and then that should also go away. So that's all you need to do outside of this. And that should be it, and you should be fine. So if we do a quick jump cut back to the video game, cut! Okay, and after that jump cut, welcome back. Welcome back, everybody. As a quick aside, I thought I'd just quickly I'll just quickly scroll through my control setup so you can kind of see the buttons that I'm using. On my mouse, I dedicated, I've got 2 buttons on the front here. I've got 2 buttons on the front and 1 on the side, and they're sort of basically they're U, I, and O, just so I can map them more easily to this kind of setup. So, you know, like I've got crouch is on I, which is this button on the side here, this forward button. Jump is side button. My ability 1 is the top button. My ability 2 is my trigger. My ability 3 is clicking in on the scroll wheel. My interact, which say going with destroying a Tourbillon turret or interacting with Symmetra's teleporter, it's up on the D-pad, which is really useful because it's right under the thumb knuckle. So you can do it while still moving around. You can just oh my god, I forgot, yeah. I'm controlling it with the keyboard. We'll just go down like that. So yeah, you can hit that while you're moving around so you don't have to reach across anything. Obviously you can do other things with your controls. You find what's right for you, guys. You find what's right for you. You've got the primary fire and the secondary fire. It's still normal. It's still normal. You don't have to worry about that. Quick melee is scroll forwards. Reload is the other side button because you've got 2 back and forward. Previous weapon or switch weapon is scroll backwards on the scroll wheel. So if you're using a character like Tourbillon or Mercy, you can just scroll back to switch between hammer and gun or gun and staff. Communication menu is left on the D-pad, so you can select things like hi or thank you or my ultimate is charging, but you don't really need that. It's super in-game. Not if you're communicating, not if you're actually using the in-game chat. You shouldn't even need to use those, but not a lot of people do. I've actually got 2 things on my mouse. These 2 top buttons, they're not anything even critically game important. One says hello and the other says thank you. Just because I'm nice. I like to say thank you. If someone reses me, I'll say thank you with the thing. If I'm not talking in the chat, which I just said that I should be. And yeah, there's other things. Yeah, I could click into the spray menu with the L button, not the L button, with the clickable L stick. And all of that. And you can just see all that. So a lot of this is still default. But you need to remove a couple of things. I can't remember what though. There are some things that, you'll need to remove hero information because I think that does something that gets in the way. And I think one of the things I turned off. Oh man, I can't remember what I turned off. I turned something off. It was to do with saying what buttons did what and what their assigned button was, because they kept flicking on and off all the time and switching between the 2 because every time you move something, it goes weird. So there is an ability to just turn that off. I can't remember where it is. I'm very sorry. Like I've said before, scrub YouTuber, doesn't know what he's doing, trying to help you. But anyway, we can just quickly get into just the training mode, just to show you around. I like using Ash. I'm a terrible shot, but she's just so fun to play that I love it. Yeah, and you've got everything. Like I say, you can click in click in the L stick, and you've got your spray menus. If you hold left on the D-pad, it brings up this. And you can emote. I haven't got any emotes for Ash yet because I haven't bought any or won any. And yeah, I don't have anyone to interact with. Oh, I suppose I can quickly show the interact. So just show how easy the interact is with Symmetra. Because you'll be like this, and you'll put a teleporter down. You'll be just running to it, and you'll just go like that. That's how easy it is. It's not hard. Hit it, thumb knuckle, done. No problems. Boom. Not even an issue. And I can throw out all of my things. Everything's fine. You can charge up. I've got my beam. You know. Put Chibi Symmetra on the thing. Everything works. Everything's seamless. There's no weird, on-screen in early versions of this, like the buttons at the bottom, like you can see some of them, like they'll switch between items in the bottom right. They'll switch between like gamepad controls and like keypad controls, but you can turn that off so they don't change at all, which is useful. You can see I've got my res. That's fine. I can switch weapons. It's not an issue. And yeah, just everything like that. My mercy controls are really weird, extra weird, because I've got everything set up so strangely. Like I've got heal on this one, and then I've got boost on here. Heal, boost, heal, boost, heal, boost, heal, boost, heal, boost. And if I want to use my Guardian Angel Fly, that's on my right click, because that's how it's most comfortable to me. Oh no, I can't res them. I can res them. But yeah, that's pretty much everything to do with the game and how... Oh, you're welcome, Robot Buddy. Yeah, that's basically everything to do with this control method. I think it works really well because at the end of the day, you know, some people just aren't good with WASD. And I'm one of them. And it's all about, like, good inclusionism and you being able to play the way you like. And I don't think, like, this gives me any tangible disadvantage over somebody playing with a keyboard. Because, like, I've got a lot more range of movement. I can move in any direction I like in a silky smooth fashion and shoot in any direction I like in a silky smooth fashion. So I can't argue that. And the reason I'm not above platinum rank, or high gold, low platinum, I'm not going to big myself up, is basically my aiming. I am not a good shot, and I cannot react quick enough to people shooting me in the face with me shooting them in the face. And it's just, like, I can't get on that. And I've tried, and I've got hundreds of hours in this game, and I'm not improving. And I wish that I could, but it's just not going to happen. But enough about the Tracker 1985 pity party about not being able to play Overwatch. That's not what this video was about. I hope this video was informative to you, and you can see that it really is. Like, there's nothing wrong with controlling a game like this at all. Like, everything that you need to works. And it's not inhibiting me actually playing the game in any way possible. As you can tell. I mean, I could post a video of me actually playing the game, but that will probably be another video, and I'll probably include this fancy side video so you can see that I'm doing it and I'm not bullshitting and I'm not secretly like a keyboard person in disguise. But anyway, like I say, I hope this was informative to you, and, you know, you shouldn't feel bad about using a system like this because it works fine, and there's nothing wrong with it, and you should be proud and happy and enjoy a game however you like. So, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the future, hopefully for more videos. Probably not like this, because like I say, I'm a scrub YouTuber, and I do whatever, whenever. So, yes, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.